Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Welcome back to IBFP University, where we educate casuals. The real reason why Canelo Alvarez was never undisputed at 160 pounds. And look, let's just break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Canelo Alvarez stated immediately after unifying titles with Danny Jacobs back in 2019 that he's focused on becoming the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Canelo Alvarez's number one goal was to go undisputed at 160 pounds. Canelo Alvarez was even asked after that fight about a potential clash against Demetrius Andre for the undisputed crown, and he stated, and I quote, "That's the goal. Whoever has the title, it doesn't matter. Our goal is to unify all of the belts, become the undisputed middleweight champion of the world." End quote. So Canelo Alvarez has already stated how he feels he wanted to be undisputed, and we've seen immediately after he beat Danny Jacobs, he held the WBA world title, the WBC world title, and the IBF world middleweight titles. The only major world title that was missing from Canelo Alvarez's hands was a 160-pound WBL strap that belonged to Demetrius "Boo Boo" Andre. And obviously Demetrius Andre wanted that fight, and Canelo Alvarez wanted that fight. They both spoke in regards to wanting that smoke. So what happened? Well, the first thing is Sergey DeVry happened. You see Sergey DeVry, he was in negotiations with Canelo Alvarez, and he priced himself out, effectively ducking Canelo Alvarez. He was seeking $7 million to fight Canelo Alvarez in the mandatory fight, and yet Canelo Alvarez offered him up to $5.5 million to get that fight done. This would have been a career high payday for Sergey DeVry, and Sergey still rejected the offer. After rejecting the offer, Sergey DeVry ended up taking $5.2 million to fight Triple G for a vacant belt, $300,000 less than what he would have gotten by facing Canelo Alvarez for $5.5 million. So at the end of the day, it's an effective duck. You took less money to fight someone else instead of fighting Canelo Alvarez for greatness. Make it make sense. Not only that, Sergey DeVry also had another opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez down the line, and he had a choice to fight Canelo or Jamal Charlo, and he ducked Canelo for the second straight time. I mean, obviously, that's a once-in-a-lifetime type of fight, and he turned it down twice. Make it make sense. Not only that, you've seen, according to ESPN, Canelo Alvarez had attempted to unify titles and go undisputed with Demetrius Andre. I mean, look, the IBF dismissed Canelo Alvarez and Golden Boy's request for an exception to allow Canelo Alvarez to fight Demetrius Andre in October of 2019 for undisputed. That is a fact. That's not what I think. That's not how I feel. That is a fact. According to ESPN, that's the Golden Boys' request of August 1st, 2019 for approval to allow Canelo Alvarez to unify the WBO middleweight champion Demetrius Andre on or about October 2019. The IBF rule does not allow a boxer to request an exception since the IBF has sent out the notice of the date of the purse bid. So at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez attempted to make that fight. He attempted to move forward with that fight, and the IBF rejected it. They did not allow greatness. But not only that, you see, when you look at the whole truth of everything, you see that Canelo Alvarez was chasing greatness at 160 pounds. He had no fear of fighting anybody. Triple G, Danny Jacobs, Sergey DeVry, Demetrius Andre. But at the end of the day, he never ducked anyone at 160. He was chasing greatness. And he tried to make the Andrade unification fight, and it was denied by the IBF. He tried to fight his mandatory in Sergey DeVry, and he got ducked blatantly. Going undisputed is not easy with a sanctioning body that doesn't want to help and greedy fighters, because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.